Remember, if you're enjoying the content, please consider using that donate button down below the stream. I'm collecting donations trying to get to the SCG Invitational at the end of the month. I had my air conditioning unit fail on me, so I had to spend about $3,000 on that, which took up most of my fund money for the summer. Normally I don't mind spending my own money traveling to Magic events, but I don't have any of that extra right now. It's fine. It's like not super exciting, but fine. Let's tap. Hopefully our opponent's playing Storm and we get to play this Thalia and make them really sad. Shadow. His hand has a real bad time against the layout of the Last Hope. You're not wrong. Most likely not. At the very least, I need to cover the cost of my plane ticket, which is going to be about $600. What a just a fair and balanced Magic card my opponent has cast here. Oh, right, that cost me 2. Huh. Silver Cries with the brand new subscription. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Think I'm just casting Selfless Spirit here? Nah, I'm just going to push one of these. Am I? See, I'm going to play this Flickerwisp. It's the Fox News of Magic cards, right? Right. We have Spell Queller too. We're playing Spell Queller. Yeah. Check 1282. It's probably that crappy excuse of an operating system you insist on using, Mike. There goes my fatal push. Well, punished for our decisions. It's unfortunate. And thought sees us and then attack us for 10. Yep. No blocks here. This is the conservative attack. Baby, please have mercy on me. Easy on my heart. Need to hurt me. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and attack with this Flickerwisp. And then I'm going to play the Selfless Spirit out, and then they're dead in the air, so... On my heart, won't you please have mercy, mercy, on my heart. They attack with both of these. I'm going to block both, and then sacrifice the Selfless Spirit. Baby, please have mercy on me. Easy on my heart. Need to hurt me. Can we draw an untapped land, please? Probably gonna push one of our dorks in response here. Good intentions. Terminate, sure. That's a tapped land. Mercy. I think I'm just supposed to Selfless Spirit here. Oh. The fact that was a tapped land sucks. Soul Sisters with Death Shadow. See on my heart. I think we're just dead. I guess we'll just play this for now. I guess I can jump this turn and then play both of these next turn. Descent. I think I'm gonna block with the Thalia. And then take the other, however much this is. Playing another giant troop. Big fatty boom. Yep. Huh. I think I actually just take the Thought Scour here, right? Oh, we might have a chance to win this game. So I don't want them to use their mana this turn. I get to play this now. And then I get to attack them with the Selfless Spirit down to 2. And then if they attack with everything next turn, I get to go block, sack the Selfless Spirit, go to 1, and then kill them in the backswing. Need a couple bricks out of them, but we can win this game. Why would I turn off the in-game sounds? There was a Magic Online developer somewhere that worked really hard to make those in-game sounds possible. Holy crap, we won that game. God bless. God bless us, everyone. Alright. I don't want Eidolon. I want this, though. Probably don't mind these rest in pieces. Certainly want these Runed Halos. Wasteland Strangler, kind of embarrassing in this matchup. It's like only good because it like bin things that are under my other guys. This is probably just too much mana. Yes, it seems great, right? By that I mean where you get thought seized a bunch, it's going to suck, but for now it's good. Put it mulligan, that's good for us. Selfless Spirit's a really underrated magic card, I feel like. I love Runed-Halo, which you could probably figure out by like the fact that I shove it in a lot of the decks that I build, but I think Runed-Halo is very good. No, I think Runed-Halo is great in this matchup. They can't interact with the jet match. You just like play Runed-Halo and then like Runed-Halo answers every Death Shadow they can play. If they play a guy that I could path here, I'm going to feel a little bit bad. No, never you know. Play the good-looking TCG. No, it's just going to be Magic. Like, tomorrow will be my normal Magic, followed by Hex stream, though. They got a whole lot of nothing going on over there, huh? That's good for us. Okay, guess this Mirran Crusader. And what song is this? It's really good. The Devil You Know by the Ambassadors. Do I want to kill them? I probably want to kill them, right? eventually make it to the Hall of Fame. Well, the way the Magic Hall of Fame works is it's the Pro Tour Hall of Fame, and I am nowhere near qualifying for that. I don't even try to qualify for Magic's Pro Tour. And in order to be in Magic's Hall of Fame, you have to have played in a Pro Tour 10 years ago in order to be inducted. So, like, you know, if I queued for the next Pro Tour, I could be in the Hall of Fame a decade from now. Time for us to take a chance. People bow. For us to take a chance. Time for a wet dream with a wet seam. Path this, fire up my creeping tar pit, crack you for 7, down to 3, so you're dead to my Mirran Crusader. Wet dream with a wet seam. I don't play in Grand Prix because they're immediately punished for our life decisions. I don't play in Grand Prix because they're obnoxiously expensive. If there are less than, if there's anywhere between, like, if a Grand Prix has, what's reasonable numbers? Like, if a Grand Prix has between, say, 1,200 and 2,999 players in it, you're spewing a ton by going to it compared to playing other Magic events. Like, playing a challenge event on Magic Online is better value than going to a Grand Prix that has 2,000 players. The cash-to-player ratio... The cash-to-player ratio at an SCG Open is much better than the cash-to-player ratio at a non-SCG Open. For us to take a chance. For us, nothing but a wet dream with a wet seam. It's not about the total number of players, it's about the cash-to-player ratio, and because Magic events don't scale the prizes based on the number of people attending the event, it means that a lot of the time you have bad value going into it. It's not even that they haven't redesigned their price structure, they actually made it worse. Once upon a time, you used to... What's the word I'm looking for? The Grand Prix used to scale prizes at like 3 different levels, and they changed it so it only scales at the very bottom. I went ahead and shipped with the Creeping Tar Pit here, because now if they have Snapcaster Mage, they have to Fatal Push the Tar Pit and not cantrip the Snapcaster Mage, so... Push my Tar Pit, I assume. Make us hit, make us hit, make us see. Oh, you know what? I could have prevented that by leading on the Thalia, right? Okay, so I technically punted that. Technically punted that. We're not going to play the follow-up Thalia of Shame. Not going to do that. Name Tassiger here on this Rune Talos. The Tassiger doesn't do anything. What the critic... I'm doing this here to encourage them to play Snapcaster pre-combat so they can Thought Scour with it. And then when they Thought Scour, we're going to go ahead and play Flickerwisp and flick this out and then kill them with the Mirran Crusader. See your animal. Bought the bait, nerd. Trigger. Target. Say hello to my little friend. Well... We're undefeated against Shadow decks with our terrible decks on the evening, so we've got that going for us. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Hope everyone had a great weekend. If you're traveling back from Vegas, make sure you're having a safe trip back. I appreciate everyone stopping by tonight. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. So thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here. No, Mirran Crusader is the counter to Death Shadow, and Chameleon Colossus. Cards that say protection from black are in vogue. Oh, wow. This is an Esper Texas deck. Any update on the potential 12 to 24-hour stream? I need to confirm with my wife, but I think it's going to be Friday. Non-zero chance it happens Friday. Baby, baby. Hold on, my little ones. My oldest is 3.5, and my youngest just turned 2. I mean, we're not playing this deck to not keep hands like this, right? Matter of time. Times go. Watch these things get to Tension Sphere, and we're just gonna want to vomit everywhere. How do you join the Discord server? You go to discordapp.com in your web browser, and then create an account there, and then in the user settings of your discordapp.com account on the web browser, you want to link your subscribed Twitch account with your Discord app account. Perfect draw. Never didn't have it. Godless Shrine. So that way, if we rip another land, we can play the Tidehollow Sculler on too. Put a dice on top of my deck here for this Aether Vial. Table, yeah. Losing you. Could be ad nauseam. Definitely ad nauseam. I think I just want to go Vial here. Got a card. If you do, target creature -2/-3. I have no idea. That resolving is not good for us. Yes. Yes. Sipping in your head. Understand? Now that's over. Hey, there's one basic island. Thank you. Fantasy. Wanna make it a reality, bathing boy. I would like to use Aether Vial's ability. I would like to put this one into play. Trigger. To hide. Oh, look at that. Take you. God, I hope they play the Laboratory Maniac. How good would that be? How good would it be if they play the Laboratory Maniac and we get to process this ad nauseum? Take you on. Headstrong. Oh, I should have cast that, right? 10 out of 10 should have cast that. I was just so excited to see their hand. Let's kind of jam into the music too. Oh lordy, we're gonna get to punish them. Want to tick these up. I probably want to hold that on 1, actually, right? I'm going to hold that one on 1. Drawing a land there is excellent. I would like to use this. I would like to put this one into play. Target that one. Wasteland Strangler, one of the first cards we're boarding out. That being said, you know, this is good for us. Motives inside. Decisions to hide. Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I take on anyone. I know that you are wrong. Headstrong. I'm just gonna put this Selfless Spirit in now so we don't get into trouble. This is not where you belong. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and Spell Queller their cantrip here. And the reason why we're doing this is we can't Spell Queller ad nauseam itself, and they already have Unlife in play, so we just wanna keep them off of their stuff here. Give everything away. So we actually want to push... We want to push this vial to 4. So that way... want to push this to 4, so if we draw Restoration Angel, we can blink it. So, want to push all of these up this time around, I think. Actually, I'm going to leave the 1-on-1 in case we draw Mausoleum Wanderer. Flickerwisp, that is also another good one to have drawn. Oh, huh, that's a little awkward. Flickerwisp means that I can't, because of the way I fetched, I can't cast Mirran Crusader this turn. That's fine, though, right? Okay, so during my opponent's draw step... Unfortunately, they can just cast Ad Nauseam if they draw it, which kind of sucks. But we can take a possible cantrip out of their hand here. It kind of sucked that they had this on 3. Oh. Oh, I'm dumb. This isn't Restoration Angel. I know. I've played these magic cards before. I've played these magic cards before. I know what they do. No, they're right. I could have Flickerwisped and then taken out an Unlife and then attacked for lethal. Yeah, I'm dumb. I apologize. I haven't played these cards in a while. Yep. Well, the good news is we only need 1 brick out of them. No. Well, there's the Restoration Angel. That's what I thought we were doing last turn. That's good. That means they have to draw basically exactly Ad Nauseam this turn. So, the Restoration Angel will let us do what I thought we were doing last turn. If there's Justice, they'll have just drawn Ad Nauseam here and kill us. But if there's not Justice, they're about to die. Oh, baby. Trigger. In the sands of time, I watch the world float to... Ooh, got him. Because remember, how much justice is there in the world? Absolutely none. Yeah. Runetailor doesn't actually do anything in this matchup. We've got Eidolons, which are okay. Fatal Pushes and Path to Exiles don't do anything. I probably just want the Mirran Crusaders for beaters, right? Almost certainly. Was just practicing for drawing the angel, exactly. Uber Mikey! Time for an Alley Bant Turds League. We will definitely do that tomorrow. First, tomorrow, after this league is done, we will play the Bant Turns deck. We're not going to finish this league tonight, though, because it's already 11 o'clock, unless we have, like, some really fast batches. But 10 out of 10, promise we will do Bant Turns tomorrow. Most of my music is fairly old. I guess the strength, those are worse than that. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Call me weak, but still your secrets I will keep. You took for granted all the times I never let you down. So, oh, because you can Queller and take it off the stack once it has lethal. Okay, yeah. So the problem with Runetailor is that when Ad Nauseam goes off, they draw their entire deck. So, like, they're going to have Echoing Truth in their hand when they draw their entire deck. So, like, I don't think bringing in Runetailor is reasonable. And they're going to have Lab Maniac. So, like, this actually doesn't really change anything. Yeah, I just want to mulligan this, right? We just have, like, a bunch of cards that are better than this in this matchup, I think. Like these cards right here, these Mausoleum Wanderers. I actually think Runetailor is more flexible than Surgical, so, like, bringing it in often isn't always terrible. Disenchant seems fine. They have a lot of mana rocks in this matchup. Cards like that. Yeah. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? A lot of these blue taxes decks play Meddling Mage in their... Oh, I should have gotten a white land. I have 2 Mirran Crusaders in my hand. Man, you'd think we'd have learned that lesson from last game. This Watery Grave, man. Oh, wait, did he not play a land? Had Leyline and Lotus, but didn't have a land. That's funny. Maybe, Klutz. Maybe. That one might be a little bit too deep for me. Get to get our bonus in here. And watch us draw like the basic island and not be able to, or basic swamp and not be able to cast the Mirran Crusaders. This 10 out of 10 should have been a Hallowed Fountain. And the haunts. The real question is, am I disenchanting this or am I waiting to disenchant this Lotus Bloom? I'm probably just disenchanting this Lotus Bloom, right? The other real question is, am I countering this? I think I am. Let's get out of here. Whoa! Pitched a Simian Spirit Guide. I think I'm willing to take my clock off the table. Just deny the mana. I'm not going to fetch here because my life total is irrelevant and I want to draw. God damn it, I am dumb. Remember that time I was really dumb and fetched the wrong land on one? Holy crap. The Haunts. I had 3 triple white cards in my hand. Pepperidge Farm members. God, they'd be so dead. So I'm going to let this resolve. I'm going to go ahead and kill it during the upkeep here. Let's keep them off of the mana. I see why a lot of the people who play these Hate Bears decks don't play with fetch lands. It's tough. It's tough to do. Immediately punished for our decision to have disenchanted that instead of that. Not only did they find mana, but we also drew a Tidehollow Sculler. Ding. How grizzly are we, chat fam? Sequencing here is the best, but whatever. Oh, God. Oh, geez. Are they going to kill us? If they kill us here, we deserve it. I forgot about that. This is just unlife. Good. Yeah, Wisp on Prism is hot. Thank you. Look at chat fam. Look at chat fam coming in with the clutch. These decks are so tricksy. I'm learning so much. Get taxes, man. Enjoy your prism. Be a shame if something were to happen to the counters on it. The thing that's kind of awkward here is that my opponent, my opponent's going to go to 1 on this attack, so we're going to actually take 3 more attacks to kill them. God, this basic island. They're dead in 2. Echoing Truth, they're prophetic. Oh, jeez. This lets them pay 3 mana for the prism. It's still 2 more turns, though, right? No matter how we cut it. Yep, I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I'm gonna cast this Aether Vial. Opponent's playing well. They can cast Ad Nauseam next turn, but they're gonna need more mana to do Lightning Storm. They've already burned 1 Spirit Guide. I think they still kill us if they have Ad Nauseam, right? Because this is 6, and then they have a land drop plus 3 Spirit Guides to Lightning Storm. The fact that I had to pass for a turn instead of playing the Mirran Crusader is definitely catching up with us. Get about 400 people hanging out here tonight. While we're waiting to die to Ad Nauseam here, I'd just like to say thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Ooh, the taxes are 2040. 2040. I didn't play the other Crusader out because they were very dead on board, even if they answered 1 or 2 of our threats, and if they were able to play a sweeper of some sort, like maybe, I don't know, a Damnation or a Flaying Tendrils, I didn't want to lose my last threat. There's no reason to overextend into a possible threat. Whenever you're really ahead in a situation like we were there, you always want to ask yourself, like, what's the weirdest possible strange card they could play to blow us out, and can we afford to play around that? And that particular situation, the answer to that question was some kind of sweeper effect, and yes, we could play around the sweeper effect. I think this hand's pretty easy mulligan. It's pretty mana heavy and doesn't have a vial in it. It's a little medium. Bottom another land here. We got a vial in it at least, though. Take these stops off their upkeep and draw. Yeah, I cut the crappy cards that I hate out of the deck. Didn't get discard spelled. That's good. It's another Grixis Shadow deck, maybe. I love me some Spell Queller. I love me some Spell Queller. Wanderer's pretty good. 10 out of 10 getting the Aether Vial going, though. The comp leagues have just been littered with Grixis Shadow lately, so wouldn't be surprised if we're playing it again. The goal is 1K for the Invitational because that's how much money about it's going to cost me to get there. The plane ticket is expensive because the Roanoke Airport's a very small airport that you have to fly into. The plane ticket's about $600. It's going to cost me about $150 for an entire day's worth of daycare so I can travel while my wife works. Because normally my job is a stay-at-home father, so anytime I'm not here, I have to pay for daycare. So that's another $150. Then probably another, I don't know, $100, $150 for hotels, depending on how many people I have to split with. Traveling is expensive, is the TLDR here. Sure. Yep, confirmed shadow. Yep. It's a real shame they didn't have a Delve threat here, so I could just play the Wasteland Strangler and strangle this. That's a pretty good one. Home again. Maybe I'm supposed to hit them first here. Actually, I don't even know if I want to hit them at this point. I think I'm just supposed to pass here, actually. And now if they try to kill, like, my Thalia, I can Mausoleum Wanderer it. I'm playing the 4-color Shadow variant. Our best bet for these games, I feel like, is kind of balance their life total a little bit here and then try and kill them in one crack, instead of, like, giving them this increasingly more threatening Death Shadow that we have to deal with. The actual optimal plan is draw, what's it called? Draw Mirran Crusader and then kill them. Crystal clear. Disappear. Imagined. Be here. What you got, CM Landcast? No blocks, take 5. And I'm lost in my way, and I'm lost in the bedroom again. It's just imagined. Just 2, okay. I mean, you can build anything you want to have a favorable Death Shadow matchup. Like, it's not really complicated. I think I'm just passing here again. God, I really hope they draw a Delve threat. It's a shame we haven't exiled anything for them yet, because then we would have been able to put this in response and kill this. If they cast a Delve threat here, we can actually Strangler and then Resto Strangler it. This is pretty good for us. Imagine. And we know they can't mess us up here because they only have 1 mana and Thalia makes their stuff cost 2. Bro! Where did the last year of my life go? Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back, bud. And we're actually getting closer and closer to the one-shot kill them, right? Because, like, this is 6 power, this is 9 power. If they attack here, they're just going to die to this Wasteland Strangler. Yep. Come on, please play a Delve threat. Please play a Delve threat. Are they dead on board? Oh, right, because... No, they're not dead on board, right? They could block plus have a removal spell. They're at 10. And they can block. If they don't attack, they're not going to be dead. Now they're dead. Now they're dead. can and will be held against you. Against you. Can and will be held against you. Name. Hey, brings hell's rain. God, I love Creeping Tar Pit. So just one yesterday. Dead nerd. You're a very dead nerd. Want to teach you a lesson in the worst kind of way. Trade on my tomorrows for just one yesterday. Just one yesterday. I think this is what I want to do. This is what we did last time. Got the top end, basically. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do with my life. Let's do it. Can and will be held against you. Be held against you. Yeah, it's just like a random 5th removal spell. It's like the 5th path, basically. We don't have a ton of black mana, because we don't have a ton of black cards. I wanted a 5th 1-mana removal spell. That's what Path to Exile is in the stack. Just originally, I had 2 extra Path to Exiles over these Zealous Persecutions, but I wanted something else for the Affinity matchup. So we have a Horizon Canopy and 2 Creeping Tar Pits, so like 3 of our lands are utility lands, so it's basically like we're playing 20 lands. I could see cutting the second plains for another Horizon Canopy if we wanted to go down on the virtual land count a little bit more. But I think I always err on the side of playing more lands than most people, because I enjoy casting my spells like this. Let's mulligan. Sounds very good. That card is very good. The top of my deck is a good place for Path to Exile to be against the discard deck. Is push preferable to condemn? I think on average, condemn's better against Death Shadow, but I have no idea how this matchup is. Alright, let's see if they left on Stubborn Denial. They're going to stub something at some point. Aether Vial Resolve, that's good for us. Brings hell's rain. I will trade on my tomorrows for just one yesterday. Just one yesterday. I want to teach you a lesson in the worst kind of way. Trade on my tomorrows for just one yesterday. That's a good draw. I'll lead on Miss Thalia since she's legendary. I want her to draw removal. Next turn we can Tidehollow Sculler plus Spell Queller, which sounds hot. It's a delve threat. Way. Can't be called against command. Static Caster's kind of gross. It's pretty good. Push this up. Just a dream. Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to do much paper testing before this. Like, unfortunately, most of my local group that I spent time playtesting with has mostly fallen out of playing Magic. I think I should take this Terminate, right? And then I can Queller the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, seems good. I can Path this Gurmag Angler. Also, like, the other thing about doing Magic Online, or paper streams, is, like, putting on a paper stream is 3 times as much work as doing a Magic Online stream is, and the product that we end up getting at the end of it is less good. A lot of them started playing Hex. A lot of them just like stopped playing trading card games. They're doing other things right now. Inquisition's a pretty good draw for them here. Now we are the warriors. So their hand right now is Crypt, Angler, Snapcaster. God, that's my favorite thing about streaming Magic, is I get to ban shitheads like that. Other Magic Online streamers, and probably Twitch streamers in general, will let you be a shithead in their chat. I, however, don't put up with your garbage, so get out of here. Burn away now. We are the warriors. My favorite is when they feel the need to. Oh, my favorite is when they feel the need to PM me too after I ban them. Get out of here. If you're gonna be a dickhead in my chat, at least have the decency to pay me money before you have be a dickhead in my chat. You know what? You send me the $5 a month. You want to support what I do here? Fine. Be a dickhead in the chat. I don't really care within reasonable limits. But like, if you're just gonna be a shithead and loiter here for free, like if you're gonna loiter, I enjoy people being here, but like at least be a decent person while you're loitering. Oh God, I was so busy talking about this idiot in chat, we just played that into the Staticaster. Whoops. Yeah, definitely. Like, as far as, like, producing Magic content goes, like, Magic, like, people have asked me why I'm playing Magic Online again, and, like, Magic Online is the best, like, it's the best content creation tool for Magic, for sure, 10 out of 10. It's definitely far from perfect, but, like, no software is perfect. And Magic Online is definitely the best tool for its job. Just that you stole from your... This card's kind of a beating. They playing the fish before they play the Terminate? Sure. They must have drawn... We know their hand is Terminate X right now. They must have drawn, what's it called? They must have drawn a copy of, Now that we've seen this, we're going to put the other 3-2 back in, for sure. What if they drew Stubborn Denial? I was insane. Stay and play that Blink-182 song that we beat to death in Tucson all day. I'm going to push this up to 4. Because if we draw rest... Oh, there's no resto in my deck. You know, details. Oh. My opponent punted and I just punted back. I punted in 2 different ways. They're going to terminate this here, which means they're going to get to cast that and take this away. And I should have... Wait, are they just taking this? Please, just take this. Deal. Alright, sweet. So they 10 out of 10. They probably should have killed this during my draw step, and I shouldn't have pushed this up. Tattoo on your shoulder, turn the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole. Boulder, we ain't never getting older. Do 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 do. You're getting older. Pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can afford. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older. Well, can't play that out. Staticaster. We ain't never getting older. I don't want them to ban the card Death Shadow. I would really love it if they banned Street Wraith, though. I hate that as a Magic card. Just like all of the free effects in Modern, just get them out of here. They're not healthy for the format. They don't add anything of value to the format. So next turn they're gonna have to chump block with that Static Caster, which is good for us. 3-0-6-0. Playing poorly, winning matches of Magic. We've now cashed this league. God bless. We didn't hemorrhage money 2 leagues in a row. Just wait a while. Fish in the pond, no more. What are you gonna do when the world won't open up around you? What do you... That's fine. All the decks that Wraith hits are obnoxious decks that Modern would not be worse off if they were a little bit weaker. Ain't it fun living in the real world? And actually, I'd boarded the Restos out in that matchup, K-Smith, so yeah, we pushed it up for no reason. Am I going to a real-life tournament anytime soon? Well, donation funds willing, we're going to go to the Invitational. But outside of the Invitational, I don't think I'm going to any paper tournaments anytime soon. Traveling to paper tournaments is expensive, and like between Hex having cash tournaments I can play from home and Magic Online having the challenge events that I can play every weekend if I want to, like the drive to do competitive things is mostly satisfied by playing on the computer. Round you. What are you gonna do when the world don't... So I know taste in music is subjective, but if you dislike Paramore and Hayley Williams, you're wrong. Ain't it fun living in the real world? I think cards like Ensnaring Bridge and Blood Moon are miserable. And they're not modern card design, and I think the fact that they arbitrarily picked 8th edition as the set to start Modern just because that's where they changed how the Magic cards looked is stupid. Bush Viper, would you believe that they denied my comp request for that league? Like, had it recorded and everything, and they fucking denied the comp request because Moto gave me the match win instead of you. To your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real... It's okay to be wrong. I'm wrong on occasion, too. Adam JRI with the $5 donation. Please play a sweeper at the Invitational. So... if I go to the Invitational, I will 10 out of 10 be playing something sweet. Because even when you're playing Magic at higher levels, it really doesn't pay enough to not play something sweet. So 10 out of 10 going to be playing something sweet. This deck actually seems super reasonable. I would love if I could find a reasonable deck with Spell Queller in it. Damn it, I bottomed the land and they're about to play a Goblin Guide. Yep. Should have looked at them and known they smelled like a burn player. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? It's a good draw. What a joke of a Magic Online pairing. My opponent's 0-0. So we're 3-0, and my opponent hasn't played a match, and it just paired us into each other. God, it's obnoxious. Living in the real world. Ain't it good? Don't go crying to your mama on your own in the real world. To your mama. Alright, what am I playing here? It's probably just Thalia, right? It's probably Tidehollow Sculler. I guess this blocks better. They probably have to kill this. No, it's not based on ELO. Magic Online just pairs essentially at random. Just like, it is what it is, I guess. This deck play Kira? Yeah, Kira in the board could be okay. Fatal Push is a good draw. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just fetch a basic island here. Cast the Selfless Spirit out. And then maybe between this Sculler and this Queller we could win this game. Yep. 10 out of 10 treating for one of these here. Some lands. Ding. Mausoleum Wanderer, also a good hit. We actually get to go Tidehollow Sculler into Mausoleum Wanderer next turn. Seems pretty good. They could, like, Boros Charm us here, but, like, if they're Boros Charming to save these things instead of doming us for 4, I think we're okay with that. So they're going to Boros Charm us in response to this, probably. And they've got 2 cards left in their hand after this, so we're probably just dead once they Boros Charm us. It's like, there's definitely merit to, like, leaving Spell Queller up here, but, like, if I leave Spell Queller up, they probably just don't cast anything, and then we end up dying anyways. So, hopefully we're not dead, but I'm assuming we're dead here. Skullcrack and Boros Charm, yep. When the burn deck only draws 2 lands in, or they drew 3 lands in however many cards, like, they're gonna win the game. That's just like how it goes. And like we were on the draw this game too, right? Yeah. Let's board out some of our more. We actually just don't have anything for this matchup. We've got like 1 Forge-Tender. I guess Runetalo's fine. I like boarding that card in this matchup. Yeah, Runetalo on Eidolon's fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. No, I actually think Forge-Tender is the better card in a matchup like this. Court Firewalker's not that great because you need double white, so if we don't have a Vial, you have to, like, fetch Shock to do it, and then, like, you're taking a bunch of damage. I guess we have Concealed Courtyard. Our mana base is actually pretty good in this matchup, which is one of the worst things 3-color decks have going for them, so... Sand's not exciting, but it's certainly a keep. No, I doubt they'll draw a new line in the sand. I'd be really surprised if they did that. That's actually a really good draw, because it means next turn this can... Huh. Actually, I'm just going to pass the turn here. Because if they have another creature, we can path this and then Wasteland Strangler their other thing. Little do you know... Yeah, it feels like they're due for a new constructed format, right? Honestly, like, I'd be kind of surprised if they announced a new format. Like, Modern is everything they wanted Legacy to be. It's just, like, affordable. I'm gonna play this Thalia out to get a clock on the table, pass the turn. I think a lot of the cards in the ban list are kind of awkward. They're really inconsistent with how they ban things in Modern. Searing Blaze me for one, sure. It's gonna pass the turn here. I think all three of those cards are just, like, fine to put in the format. 10 out of 10 spell quelling almost anything they play here. They play a creature, we'll have to think about it, because we could Wasteland Strangle a creature. They have another Searing Blaze. They have another Searing Blaze. Rift Bolt, sure. Mating Blaze or not. Let's do a couple Rift Bolts over there. Huh. I can literally just cast this as a game 3, right? Yeah, I think we're Wasteland Strangling itself. Game 3, go. Cast Healing Salve. Nah. I'm assuming this is going to kill the Spell Queller. And they'll just Lava Spike me down to 8. Yeah. Sure. This is actually kind of annoying because it puts us to 6, which is, you know, number divisible by 3. Forge-Tender's a great card to have on top of our deck. Let me tell you what. We have a Strangler to kill this based on this Swift Spear here. Maybe Molten Range? No, just Rift Bolted, sure. And again, we pathed our opponent this game, so our opponent's only drawn 3 lands their entire draw, so, you know, the burn deck only draws 3 lands, it's very good. If you could, if you were guaranteed to only ever draw 3 lands in a game, like exactly 3 lands every game, I would never play any deck other than burn. It's an interesting draw. I think we're just supposed to fire up the old Creeping Tar Pit here. And try and 2-turn clock them. If they drew a spell and then draw another spell, we're going to die, but I think this is the line here. We could, like, Rune Taillow and, like, name something that they haven't played yet, but I think just trying to kill them in 2 turns is more optimal than that. I mean, like, and you have some local bias in there, too. We're also just dead to a Skull Crack, which we know they have. Yep. So they drew another one. They drew another one. This still gain them life? It does. It's not lifeline. That's annoying. Alright. Well, now we're Rune Tailoring something. What card have they not... Let's find a card in their deck that's a 4 of that they haven't played yet. They've played Boros Charm. They've played Helix. They've played Rift Bolt. They've played Lava Spike. They haven't played actual Lightning Bolt yet. So we should just, like, Rune Tailo actual factual Lightning Bolt. Oh, that's not the one I want. Not that one. Your last card, Searing Blaze. It is, isn't it? I'll bet their last card, Searing Blaze. Ooh, it's not. Sweet. Am I dead? Yep. Nope. Sweet. Thanks, Fern. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying yourself. We're going to be on a little bit of a legacy hiatus till after the Invitational, but we'll be back to it after that for sure. Alright, well, we won the game we were on the play. Weird. We gotta win a game on the draw now, which is gonna be exceedingly difficult. I think we're just clicking submit and like hoping for the best. Hopefully they mulligan or like draw 5 or 6 lands. Our deck's definitely not well suited for this matchup. Disenchant's really narrow. It's really slow. It's like exceedingly slow on the draw. Oh! Oh my god. Eidolon is good with Spell Queller because they can't recast their shit. Yeah, we should put Eidolon in because of the interaction with Spell Queller. Because if they kill Spell Queller, then they can't recast the thing underneath it if Eidolon's out. So the Eidolon's probably better than, like, Mirran Crusader would have been. I forgot about that. How do I know my opponent's record? MTGBot posts it in chat. I think this hand's fine. It's not particularly fast, but none of our hands are fast, and we don't take damage from our lands to move Path to Exile for their first threat. Okay, interesting. I missed it, Ed. It's almost midnight. There's a lot of people in chat. 10 out of 10, first time I saw anyone mention Eidolon in chat in this matchup. If you're just looking for, like, someone to give you a biscuit for having mentioned it first, sure. I believe you that you mentioned it first, but I definitely didn't see it. Drusus Sphere. I think I'm supposed to play this rather than hold this up here. Oh, that's close. Almost certainly just dead here, right? Selfless Spirit's an okay draw. Do I want to crack a fetch land? Think paying 1 life is fine. Kinda. By turn 3, it really doesn't make the Rift Bolts that awkward. Run, I'm not here all alone. Can reach you on the phone. How many Boros Charms are in your hand? All of them? Say yeah. Chasing me down. Throw it away. Yep. Alright, we're going to 5, and then we're fetching to 4. Cheated and abused. Sick of losing sleep. Let's see if we can be fortunate enough for them to draw a bunch of lands. Why not path pre-combat to incentivize him to play a small creature instead of burn if he has one? I'd much rather he play the burn than play a creature there. I mean, I said if we were going to win this, it would involve them drawing a bunch of lands. So, like, if they draw a bunch of lands from here, they don't actually have that much life, so... But, you know, they're just going to, like, go bolt and kill us here. Like I said, the burn deck wins every time it only draws 3 lands, so... Ooh, that's a 4th land! So you're saying there's a chance. Boros Charm dead? Sometimes they win when they draw 4 lands, too. Yeah, you know, them's the beats. I mean, nothing's unwinnable in Modern. Like, the burn deck is a deck that loses to itself more often than not. Like, the only decks that, like, actually have good burn matchups involve, like, 4 main deck Kitchen Finks. Other than that, the burn deck basically only, like, loses to itself drawing too many lands. Like, it's one of the most consistent decks in the format. There's the reason why it consistently puts up results. Just, like, puts people dead by turn 4 almost every time. I know. Also, the burn deck has a very bad Death Shadow matchup, so, like, there's that to take away from it, too. There's a very, very bad Death Shadow matchup. Well, let me rephrase. A good Death Shadow player beats a burn player regardless of skill almost every time, but a bad Death Shadow probably loses a lot. Chalice was a good burn chop? Sure. Chalice on 1 good against a deck full of 1-mana spells. I agree with your insight. No, I don't think you're supposed to play around double Boros Charm. Fetching didn't change the clock if they were on... Fetching didn't change the clock if they had single Boros Charm, and it didn't change the clock if they had all 3 damage spells. So I think you're supposed to, like, sequence your lands optimally there and not play around double Boros Charm, because the odds of them having it are fairly low. I think statistically speaking, fetching is fine because it doesn't change the clock. Someone'll blade. Darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. This is going to be our last batch of the night. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We wait to queue. I would just like to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that follow button there. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon, or using that donation link down below to contribute to my STG Invitational Fund. Those are all the best ways you can support my stuff. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you can save 8% on your singles orders. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats and mouse pads and all that jazz. And MTGCardMarket.com buys and sells physical Magic cards. They also have a great selection of written content, in addition to stuff from myself. There's also Kevin Jones and Dylan Gowdy and a bunch of other people that write awesome stuff there. Finally, SpareDeck.com rents physical, standard, and modern decks. If you use code Hoagland7 there, you can save 7% on your rentals that you can rent for a weekend or up to an entire year. I am in a competitive modern league because we like to spew hard when we play Magic Online. Darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe they'll leave you alone. That scene seems great. Yeah, Blessed Alliance doesn't seem awful for the burn matchup. It's a card that's fine against, what's it called as well? It's fine against Death Shadow as well. They could care less as long as someone a blade. God damn it. Remember that time I went Fetch Shock and they were a burn deck? God, that's annoying. Is this a different person or the same one? It's a different person at least. That's really annoying though. Maybe they have a one-lander. Sure. Good news, I have an Aether Vial. Come on. To believe abilities tonight. Am I supposed to attack them here? Yeah, I'm aware. I can go back and look. Their username was... This is a different burn player. Well, 3-2's a fine record, I guess. We're not just out of this game yet, but we're definitely not in a good spot. Well, I'm already in combat, right? So I can't do that. I think I'm just passing. I think I want to hold Spirit up as a Vial in. I don't think I want to play something and take damage off of it. Sure. Do I want to put in Sculler? Yeah, I think I want to put in Sculler here. Yeah, target you, see what you got. Helix and another Eidolon. Well, I think I can just take the Helix. I think I want to leave this on 2, right? Come on. Maybe I'm supposed to just put the Spirit in there. Come on. Although I guess... No. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to have vialed this in, because they're probably going to Rift Bolt the Tidehollow Sculler here, and then I'm going to put the Spirit in and then sacrifice it to make it indestructible anyways. So I should have... Oh, really? We're killing the Thalia. Huh. It's not even about being cute. It's just like, we're 10 out of 10 going to be like countering this with this effect, so like, I should have just done that anyways. So I missed a point of damage on this because this gets bigger when I put a Spirit into play. Am I ticking this up? I have more 3s that I want than anything else, so yeah, I'm gonna tick this up. Immediately draw a 2-drop. That's fine. Here comes the Searing Blaze. It's unfortunate. drew that land at least. Oh, here's hoping we draw a good 3-drop. It's kind of unfortunate. I think I'm just attacking like this. No, I can't do that because I want to play this Thalia out. Yeah. If I would have left the Vial on 2, we got punished. Like I had more 3s than 2s left in my deck when I made my decision, but we drew running 2s because that's how variance works. Yeah, if this would have been on 2, we would have just completely savaged them inside of that last combat. We'd have vialed this in and eaten this and then only taken 4, and then we'd be at 4 right now. And then we just wouldn't have taken damage from either of these, so we'd be at 8. You're like thinking of playing around something with the Vial, but like they're just gonna kill us because they can. Yep, just dead. That's frustrating. I'm bringing Eidolon this time around, because why not? And are one of these, and the Ruined Halos, and then I'm cutting the Mirran Crusaders, I think. Strangler's fine. Cut a land. Real life is tragic. Probably going to be the last game of the night, because I'm assuming we're going to lose this one. People that don't watch the entirety of this video said they're going to think this deck's really good. Then there's the burn matchup. Mulligan. Yeah, I mean, that seems decent. The old double Ruined Halo. Ding. Always top the land against the Goblin Guide deck. Oh, this is gonna be good for us. Name Riftbolt. On the fire, son. Come soon. Marsh Germ results. I'm gonna name this Riftbolt that you have suspended over here. In the dust. He just chose to cast that, so the only legal target is him. Well, opponent just learned how Ruined Halo works. Down, down, down. I don't need your help now. And, like, this is just a good example of, like, why Modern's kind of rough to play as a competitive format. Like, so in this league, like, we never wanted these Rest in Pieces, we never wanted these Katakis, we basically never wanted these Disenchants, and, like, we never wanted these Zealous Persecutions. So I put half my sideboard was basically never relevant in this league. I guess you could argue that what's it called? You could argue that I'm actually going to change what this Ruined Halo's on. You could argue that the Rest in Peace was okay against the Shadow decks, even though we never drew it, but in reality, like, that's what Modern's about. Like, we're always picking a deck, and then you're picking what you want to lose to, and you're picking what you want to have game against, and then, like, you're hoping the deck you're hoping the deck you picked lines up well against the decks you end up playing against, and then you're hoping that your sideboard actually falls in line with those things too. There's just so much going on in Modern. And that's why, like, the proactive decks like Burn are so much better than decks like what I'm playing on average in Modern, because when you're trying to be interactive, you have to be interactive on so many different axes in Modern, and then you just can't feasibly do it. You just can't feasibly do it a lot of the time. Are you using Searing Blaze in response here? That sucks, because I was going to name Searing Blaze. We're trying to Searing Blaze, but we tapped our lands wrong. It's unfortunate. Maybe I should have just Rune Haloed first, because when Rune Halo's on Searing Blaze, you actually can't cast Searing Blaze. So I'm actually going to name Searing Blaze here, just because it's one of their better cards still. They have 4 ofs they haven't played yet, but this way they can't Searing Blaze my dorks from here on out. Which means they can't Searing Blaze me, which means they can't Searing Blaze my dorks. I mean, Splinter Twin's not even a reactive deck. It's a combo control deck. Like, that's why control decks are traditionally never good in Modern. Like Splinter Twin and like Scapeshift occasionally see okay amounts of play because they're actually combo decks, they're not control decks. And like I just haven't put any clock on the table here, so like my burn opponent's just going to eat us alive. I don't think I want to play this out. I'm gonna draw the Fatal Push. Every time we lie awake, after every hit we take. They have Path to Exile in their deck. That's gross. I mean, Lantern's a prison deck. It's not a control deck. Almost certainly about to die here. At least we got one of the old 1 and 4 against the burn deck. Yep. How many creatures do we have this game? Just 2. 2 and 14 cards. Yep. Yep. Trigger. Hey, I can find a use for this card. I hate everything, all that you. Oh, magic. I like how we've drawn more lands in this one game than our burn opponents have in every game we've played against them tonight. I guess maybe he might be holding some lands here at this point, but like, it's kind of funny. Good games, opponent. Yeah, as good a games as you get in Modern, I guess. Alright, I'm heading off, folks. Thanks. We'll be online every day this week at some point. I'm going to be back online again about 12 hours or so from now. When the kid, my youngest, goes to take his nap. We'll be playing something else that's new and different because this deck is cute, but it's not particularly powerful. It's not doing anything linear or busted enough to be good in Modern. Just like, you know, can't board for everything. I'm going to end up, I take a deck like this, the Invitational, I'm going to end up playing against only, you know, I'm going to have half my sideboard that just doesn't come in like we did in that league, so not going to try and take that gamble, I don't think. At any rate, thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember, if you missed any tonight's stream, the archive's going to get uploaded to my YouTube channel, and you can check it out there. So, peace, folks.